special board meeting. Pledge of allegiance, tell them at the end. Pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Let's have a roll call.
Dr. Keenan?
Here.
Ms. Westbrook?
Here.
Ms. Avery-Prease? Here. Dr. Lahodiak? Present. Ms. Fisher? Here.
Thank you. Do you have any communication?
I do not.
Discussion items, go to our discussion items.
I'm sorry? Excuse us, please.
Only discussion item.
Ms. Andrews?
Yeah.
I should say Attorney Andrews.
No, I would assume you want the discussion. Especially today.
We'll go to our discussion items first. The discussion of financial matters, the 5-year forecast, status of schools, adoption of appropriations, adoption of transfers and advances, and return of advances. Ms. Andrews, would you like to open this for us, please?
What's that?
Would you like to open this for us?
Oh, sure. Here tonight for presentation to the board is Ryan Gazzoni, Ernie Strasser, who has been really doing, I assume the lion's share of the work on it, Ryan, is that right?
Yes, he is.
Assisting?
Yes.
Yeah, and is he on the phone yet?
He is. You can't see him, but he's here.
Good evening, Donna.
Hi, Ernie, how you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
I feel like I'm in an episode of, what is that, Space Odyssey? I feel like I'm talking to Hal.
Okay.
So Ernie's here to do a presentation. I have the handout for the presentation. Just 1 second. I didn't realize they had gotten you on the phone yet.
Yes, they had me connected about 20 minutes ago.
So here the ceremony.
Yes, did you swear in a board member?
Yes, to the
Trustee-
library board.
Okay.
Ernie's on the phone.
Ernie's on the phone.
And, I'm Ryan Gazzoni. Glad to be back. I was here a little bit warmer times. I think it was July or August. So we have a presentation that Ernie and I will go through. At the direction of the board, we have done our analysis of the 5-year forecast, and we'll go through each line item. We have a full report that you can present with. And if you have any time for questions, let us know. Anything that we're not clear on or didn't quite understand, please let us know. And I will, you have a question?
I do, Mr. Supervisor.
Sure.
5-year forecast and the other items you have in this, are they the most current, or are they from previous, like a previous month?
This would be through what we've collected in October when we completed the forecast for you. So the most up-to-date information we had to start October with was what this forecast is based on.
Thank you.
Okay, Ryan, if we're ready to start, are you guys able to see see the screen okay, the title page?
Yes. Yes.
Great. Well, thank you so much for letting me join you this way, although I must tell you I'd rather be there. It's a challenge when we don't get to meet, and I haven't met you yet either. And so our goal tonight is to really learn and work together. We will present the financial forecast that we worked on, as Ryan said. We'll also show you some of the supporting information. And while I'm using a PowerPoint, I will be referencing in many instances the pages that are in the forecast report that Donna handed out earlier that you have. So there will be a little bit of difference, but I will make note of that as we go forward. And if you have any questions as we go, it's obviously hard for me to read where you're at, or if you look quizzical or anything. So please don't hesitate to let Ryan know or to let us know your questions as we're moving forward. Okay, the first thing we'll just cover really quickly. I know this looks like a lot of agenda items, but this is what I hope to talk with you about tonight. We want to talk about the forecast versus the actual results for fiscal year 2015. So in other words, a year ago in October, actually a year and a month ago now, you approved a forecast that included fiscal year 15. And of course now we have the actual results because 15 ended on June 30th, 2015. I have a bullet on here. The second bullet talks about reviewing fiscal year 2015 adjusted. And I think that as I've worked with board members, I think that one of the things that they appreciate is let's look at this 15 basis and see if we can notice anything, certainly initially, that we maybe need to adjust for in trying to determine the fiscal health of the district. Then we'll talk about the forecast that we've prepared for 16 through 20. We're going to compare the revenue and expenditure assumptions that you have now, and that's the forecast that you approved, the interim forecast that you approved in October, compared to what we're showing you tonight. We'll spend a little bit of time on forecast comparison, the results themselves, and then items for your consideration. This first slide is a comparison, 2 key columns. In column A, we're presenting the amount that was forecasted by line item last October for fiscal year 2015. Now, in your forecast report, you should be able to find this on page 23. In the second column, you'll see the actual, it says current, but these are the actual results for fiscal year 2015, and then any variance that happened from the forecasted amount to the actual amount. And what we've mentioned over here in the text, first of all, is that we want to understand as much about 15 as we can, and I have to tell you I'm not completely there in confidence level in terms of understanding everything that went into 15. That's always, as you can imagine, one of the challenges that we have when we come in with an external view of the district's numbers and forecast. But we did certainly want to point out one of the things involving non-operating transfers and advances that impacted fiscal year 15, and I'll explain that in a little bit more detail. But 15, the better that we can understand it, the more it will help us with 16 through 2020.
Sure. Hey, Ernie, 1 second, you have a question.
Yes.
Hi, Ernie. This is Tiffany. Can you,
Hi.
I'm gonna have to ask you to start all over, because if you can please give us the page number before you start talking about what's on the screen, because I was busy looking for that page and you were talking, but I missed everything that you said. I apologize.
I understand. No, that's okay. That'll help us as we go forward. But I am on page 23, so you're probably there by now.
Yes.
And what we are comparing, yours will look a little bit different, Tiffany, than what I have up here. But in essence, what I would encourage you to do is follow along with the screen, and then just to reference the page in the forecast. If you need to make notes on it, we've tried to provide as much detail as you can see at the bottom of that page, or the bottom half of that page. That will be even more text than I'm presenting here. And as I had mentioned, in column A, where it says previous, this is really the forecasted amount for fiscal year 15, which ended June 30th, 2015. And a year ago, this is what the forecasted numbers look like. So for example, the total revenue was forecasted to be $46,724,000. In column B, you'll see the current, it says, but this is the actual results for fiscal year 15. And you'll notice that the revenue, for example, was substantially more, wasn't it? It was $56 million, or a variance of $9.9 million. And what we want to understand as much as possible is what drove the variance, and then when we look at these actual numbers in 15, they definitely serve as a basis for 16 through 20. So the better we understand these, hopefully the better results we get in terms of projections. Now, I'm going to talk about the variance that's occurring from this 46 million that was forecasted, very explainable, versus the 56 million that actually happened. And then we'll put that in context.